Khubor ka Batesi TV lawan ra shapi da ka Orange Nissan Loom Sopo near Fire Brigade Shillong ringkat bat ka net foodish ordar mapi minwan ra mangi hakhrdog ying jongpi
ka kinhun ki menteri sarkar jilla balathung da katanat platingka jong ka sarkar India haka lai tarik ubna jilleu arhajar arpuai kale theria tai sanibha halor ka jingpan jingmut ban pelaj no ya ka jingot khajana GST na ki katto ka ni ki tiar bat ki jingai jingerap ki bala pendon kam hakum gani kapor baka khlam jingpang COVID-19 kalawan linshop hagani gari India barok kawai Menteri Rangba ke Jilla Konrad Konggal Sangma ha ke jing ekran bat kilat pathai khubor hadin balawai ke jingelang ulia thuru bayi ki jing ai jingmut balawan ra hapo ke jingelang jong ke GST Council ka balalong shitayo menshwa la ya theri tai biang hagani ke sngi kat kum ke jinge tho jong Menteri Rangba ya ke jing ai jingmut ki bami ne ke jingelang an sapha la kumno hapo ka pratarik mentau bana jilleu arajar arpuai syakatanat platengka jong ke sarkar India
had the meeting of the group of ministers, which was constituted by the Finance Ministry, Department of Revenue, to basically examine the need for GST concession and exemption for different items and relief required in the COVID situation. There was a recommendation by the Fitment Committee that was placed in the GST Council meeting which took place a week back in the 43rd meeting. And as you're aware, in that meeting there were a lot of discussions, and since a consensus could not be reached on what percentage should be brought down for which particular items, this GOM was constituted to give recommendations on the different items and what should be reduced in which particular items. The other members, of course, were Mr. Nitin Bhai Patel, Deputy Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Ajit Pawar, Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Shri Maureen Godino, Minister for Transport and Finance, Goa, Shri K.N. Balagopal, Minister of Finance from Kerala, Shri Niranjan Pujari, Minister of Finance from Odisha, Shri T. Harish Rao, Minister of Finance from Telangana, and Shri Suresh K.R. Khanna, Minister of Finance from UP. The GOM went into a detailed discussion of almost all the items that were recommended by the Fitment Committee. And the basic principle that we followed in our discussion was, number one, to see the benefits and the tax reductions that would give the benefit directly to the people. So therefore, items that were very much personal oriented, that the people or the patients would have to directly buy, we made sure that we could bring down the concessions and the rates to the amount maximum possible, so that in these difficult times maximum relief can be given. So that was one of the principles that we followed. The second, of course, was the fact we also looked at the issue of the rules and regulations and the laws based on which the council functions, and ensured that we stuck to the constitution and the provisions that are there in the GST council. So that was the second aspect that we ensured that we followed. And third, of course, we tried to see and balance out the different aspirations of the different members of the council as well as the people at large. So based on that, large number of recommendations have been given, and there have been number of items in which we have recommended the rates to be reduced so that the people can directly get the benefit. I will not be able to share those numbers and details with you right now because these are only recommendations. Ultimately, these will be put into a proper report and then submitted to the council, and then the council will ultimately take a decision on this. So we are just a GOM that was formed to make appropriate recommendations. So we have finished our exercise today. We sat for almost 4 hours continuously. A lot of positive discussion took place, and then obviously there was a constructive discussion that took place, and we are happy with the recommendations, and we're hopeful that these recommendations will be accepted by the council at large. So we will have to wait and see. And as I said, that I would have loved to share the numbers with you at this point in time, but it would not be appropriate as these are recommendations, and ultimately the council will decide on the final recommendations and suggestions and the rates to be taken. Thank you. In the next maybe a day or two, I'll be finalizing the minutes of the meeting and formalizing the report. And obviously, we have been asked to submit this before the 8th. So we will make sure that we submit it before the 8th of this month. So that was discussed. Important items, day-to-day items like hand sanitizers were discussed. Temperature equipments were there. We discussed about the ventilators that are being used in hospitals. We discussed about the medicine which is required for black fungus, which is spreading a lot throughout the country, and it's very, very expensive. So those aspects also were discussed. We discussed about the vaccines, and how we should approach that was also discussed. We also discussed about the diagnostic kits, the RT-PCR test kits, the D-dimer kits, and different kind of machines, even like as I said, the ventilators and other complementary products that are there. So those areas were discussed, and as I said, appropriate recommendations have been given, keeping in mind the ultimate effect on the end consumer that is going to be there. After taking the inputs from all the concerned officials, because as I said, we are seeing the numbers come down, but that does not mean that we can take it easy. But of course, the numbers coming down is a positive indication. Recoveries also are going up. But as I said, it does not mean we can let our guards down. So we will see the trend, and we will see the numbers, especially numbers like the positivity rate, numbers like the hospitalization rate. Obviously, we'll also see if there's any specific growth in any areas. All those aspects we need to be examined. But all said and done, some sort of restriction will still be there. The question is where we can allow more activities to take place is the only question. But really, it's not possible for me to sit here and give that conclusion. So let's wait for the meeting, official meeting. Hopefully, in the next day or two, once we sit down, we'll take a call on what we'll do, by next week. So it'll all depend on the trend in the numbers. Yes, it is something that obviously is an issue that has been examined and discussed a number of times in the meetings that we have had. And as a government, we do realize that we need to provide wherever we can support in these difficult times. The difficulty with obviously this whole situation is that the scale will be very large. So if we support, then it has to be to everybody. And number two, obviously the challenge of also the finances that are there, which are not that great for the country as a whole. So keeping both these factors in mind, it's not very easy. It's something that obviously we would want to do, and it's something that the government must also try its best to do. And that's where, wherever it's been possible, we have tried to support. So whether it's through the MLAs, by releasing certain funds to them, so that they can then take care of the masses as and when they feel necessary at the grassroots level. So MLAs are doing that, taking care of their constituents. At the same time, we have also given freedom to MLAs in terms of even the SRWP. So a number of steps like that where we are allowing, if necessary. Again, it's not a compulsion, but we are giving the option there, and according to situation, people will act. But at the same time, we have also seen that when it came to situations like the patients, the hospital expenditures, we have tweaked the entire MHIS system, and we've managed to increase or enhance the amount of support that they can get to a large extent. We've also decided to give relief of ex gratia to the next of kin. So there have been these small steps that we have done. At the same time, if you look at the entire economic activities, unlike last time where we just went for a complete lockdown and closure of everything, This time it was a very selective process where we tried to see how we could minimize the economic impact on the people. And therefore, to a large extent, agriculture, farming activities continued, but with restrictions. Some construction work continued with restrictions. For some time, it closed down. We allowed the MGNREGA work to continue in certain areas with restrictions, of course. So we tried to minimize the impact on the grassroots.